Eat my dinner in my bathtub, then I go to sex clubs, watching freaky people getting it on. It doesn't make me nervous, if anything I'm restless. Yeah, I've been around and I've seen it all. I get home, I got the munchies, binge on all my Twinkies, throw up in the tub, then I go to sleep. And I drank up all my money, dazed and kinda lonely. You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind. High all the time to keep you off my mind. Spend my days locked in a haze, trying to forget you, babe. I fall back, gotta stay high all my life to forget I'm missing you. Pick up daddies at the playground, how I spend my daytime, loosen up the frown, make them feel alive. I make it fast and greasy, I'm numb and way too easy. You're gone and I gotta stay high. Gotta get off to keep you off my mind. High all the time to keep you off my mind. Spend my days locked in a haze, trying to forget you, babe. I fall back, gotta stay high all my life to forget I'm missing you.
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves beating, figure me out. Can't make you happier now. Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I see our reflections clearly in all the food laying on the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give. Fake water all across the road. It's gone out and not a scar. But sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves beating, figure me out. Can't make you happier It's kind of funny how life can change, can flip 180 in a matter of days. Sometimes love works in mysterious ways. One day you wake up, gone without a trace. I refuse to give up, I refuse to give in up. You're my everything. I don't wanna give up, I don't wanna give in. Oh, so everybody sing. One love for the mother's pride, one love for the times we've cried, one love. Gotta stay alive, I will survive. One love for the city streets, one love for the hip hop beats, one love. Oh, I do believe one love is all we need. Late at night, I'm still wide awake. Feel this is far more than I can take. I thought my heart could never break. Now I know that's one big mistake. I refuse to give up, I refuse to give in. Oh, you're my everything. I don't wanna give up, I don't wanna give in. No, no, everybody say one love, must find one love. For the times we cried, one love. Gotta stay alive, I will survive. One love for the city streets, one love for the hip hop beats, one love. Oh, I do believe one love is all we need. Baby, just love me, love me, love me. Baby, just hold me, hold me, hold me. Oh, love me, love me, love me. Oh, one love. Baby, just love me, love me, love me. Baby, just hold me, hold me, hold me. Oh, love me, love me, love me. One love for the mother's pride, one love for the times we cried, one love. Gotta stay alive, I will survive. One love for the city streets, one love for the hip hop beats, one love. Oh, I do believe one love is all we need. One love. One love is all we need.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I traveled the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I traveled the world.
Folks, we have some tea and samosas at the back for you guys.
Everybody's looking for something. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your head up, moving on. Hold your head up, moving on. Keep your choosing your battles. Pick yourself up and dust yourself up and back in the saddle. You're on the front line, everyone's watching. You know it's serious, we're getting closer, this isn't over. The pressure's on, you feel it, but you got it all. Believe it, when you fall get up, oh, oh. And if you fall get up, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. Cause this is Africa. Samina, mina, eh, eh. Waka, waka, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. I know, Samina, mina, eh, eh. Waka, waka, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. Cause this is Africa. 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 Listen to your God, this is our motto. Your time to shine, don't wait in line. Y vamos por todo. People are raising their expectations. Go on and feed them, this is your moment, no hesitations. Today's your day, I feel it. You paved the way, believe it. If you get down, get up, oh, oh. When you get down, get up, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. This time for Africa. Samina, mina, eh, eh. Waka, waka, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. I know, Samina, mina, eh, eh. Waka, waka, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. Cause this is Africa. 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 Samina, mina, eh, eh. Waka, waka, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. I know, Samina, mina, eh, eh. Waka, waka, eh, eh. Samina, mina, zangalewa. Cause this is Africa.
Tonight, I don't wanna be lonely. Make the feelings come out like the planes spread in the sky. I would know every part of you, but you keep on being a mystery. I don't feel safe, your arms around me. I can see the light of your soul tonight. If you stay over, I'll take you with me. But baby, tell me what you hide. I wanna see the dark side of your body. I wanna taste the danger in your eyes. Over the limits that you could reach, baby. Love me, don't think about the rest. I wanna see the dark side of your body. I wanna taste the danger in your eyes. Over the limits that you could reach, baby. Love me, don't think about the rest. Tonight, you don't need to be lonely, 'cause this feeling somehow make us fly high in the sky. I would know every part of you, but you keep on being a mystery. I don't feel safe, your arms around me. I can see the light of your soul tonight. If you stay over, I'll take you with me. But baby, tell me what you hide. I wanna see the dark side of your body. I wanna taste the danger in your eyes. Over the limits that you could reach, baby. Love me, don't think about the rest. I wanna see the dark side of your body. I wanna taste the danger in your eyes. Over the
21st night of September. Lovers changing the mind of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing as we dance in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away. Ha ha ha, body say that you remember. Body dancing in September. Body never was a cloudy day. My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talk and love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December found the love that we shared in September. Only blue talk and love. Remember the true love we shared today. Ha ha ha, body say that you remember. Body dancing in September. Body never was a cloudy day. Ha ha ha, body say that you remember. Body dancing in September. Body never was a cloudy day.
This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before. Her heart is breaking in front of me, and I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore. I was so high I did not recognize the fire burning in her eyes, the chaos that controlled my mind. Whispered goodbye, she got on a plane, never to return again, but always in my heart. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before. Her heart is breaking in front of me, and I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore. No, I won't say goodbye anymore. No, I won't say goodbye
someone in my life to give it structure, to handle all the selfish ways I would spend my time without her. You're everything I want, but I can't deal with all your lovers. You're saying I'm the one, but it's your actions that speak louder. Giving me love when you are down, I need another. I've gotta get away and let you go, I've gotta get over. But I love you so, I love you so, I love you so, I love you so. I love you so, I love you so. I'm gonna pack my things and leave you behind. This feeling's old and I know that I made up my mind. I hope you feel what I felt when you shattered my soul. Cause you were cruel and I'm a fool, so please let me go. But I love you so, I love you so, I love you so, I love you so. I love you so, please let me go. I love you so, please let me go. I love you so, please let me go. I love you so.
Every breath you take and every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you every single day. And every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see? You belong to me. How my poor heart aches the runner, he the rebel. I'm the daughter waiting for you. You're my river running high. Run deep, run wild. I follow you deep sea, baby. I follow you. I follow you dark to morning. I follow you. Standing on your two knees, baby. Tell me what do you need? Stand up on your 2 feet, baby. It's how it's got to be. You want me to be your mother, but you know I'm too young, too young. You want me to be your sister, but you know I'm too old, too old. You think I'm gonna raise you like a kid? It don't matter to love, feel love. It's time to show improvement. Go move, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. So standing on your 2 knees, baby. Tell me what do you need? Stand up on your 2 feet, baby. That's how it's got to be. No, 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 no. And I love you and I just wanna be your woman, your woman. But I'm tired of you traveling hands. You play me for a fool, thinking I don't know what to do. Hanging out in the clubs with your fake ass crew. So standing on your 2 knees, baby. Tell me what do you need? Stand up on your 2 feet, baby. That's how it's got to be. No, 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 no. Stand up, baby. Stand up. You've got to stand up, baby. Stand up. Standing on your 2 knees, baby. Tell me what do you need? Stand up on your 2 feet, baby. That's how it's got to be. Stand up, baby. Stand up. You've got to stand up,
Lately I'm not too proud of everything I say out loud. Maybe I should have kept it to myself. We've been through a lot, no doubt, but we almost burst that cloud. This time I hope you see through my mistakes. If I could turn back time, would you lend me your forgiveness? I will spend all night to show you how I set sail. Navigate through the storm. Ooh.
when you're tired, when you're lonely, can just reach out and arm. No, I'll be there, I'll help you weather the storm. Us together, nothing's ever felt more like home. No, I'll be there, you will never be alone. All I need is your love tonight. 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 In that moment when you're feeling like there's nothing at all, reach out to me, know that I answer the call. Us together, nothing's ever felt more like home. No, I'll be there, you will never be alone. All I need is your love tonight.
Going back to the corner where I first saw you. Gonna camp in my sleeping bag, I'm not gonna move. Got some words on cardboard, got your picture in my hand saying, if you see this girl, can you tell her where I am? Some try to hand me money, they don't understand. I'm not broke, I'm just a broken-hearted man. I know it makes no sense, but what else can I do? How can I move on when I'm still in love with you? Cause if one day you wake up and find that you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where on this earth I could be, thinking maybe you'll come back here to the place that we meet, and you see me waiting for you on the corner of the street. So I'm not moving, I'm not moving. To be my love, to be my love, to be my love. Policeman said, son, you can't stay here. I said, there's someone I'm waiting for. If it's a day, a month, a year, gotta stand my ground, even if it rains or snows. She changes her mind, this is the first place she will go. Cause if one day you wake up and find that you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where on this earth I could be, thinking maybe we come back here to the place that we meet, and you see me waiting for you on the corner of the street. So I'm not moving, I'm not moving, I'm not moving, I'm not to be my love, to be my love, to be my love, to be my love.
Movie, we can make it call. Oh, I can read your lips, and every time I fall, I wanna hold you closer and look into your eyes. Remind me of the kiss we shared that summer night. Living in a movie, we can make it call. Oh, I can read your lips, and every time I fall, I wanna hold you closer and look into your eyes. Remind me of the kiss we shared that summer night. I wanna feel your heart, I wanna feel the beat. Anything for your love, I cross the 7 seas, and we're oceans apart. No, I will never leave, and even when it's dark, I'll give you all you need. Living in a movie, we can make it call. Oh, I can read your lips, and every time I fall, I wanna hold you closer and look into your eyes. Remind me of the kiss we shared that summer night. Watching all the stars fall asleep. Can never get enough, it's a mystery to me. And we'll be sunset lovers, with you I wanna be. Living in a movie, we can make a call. Oh, I can read your lips, and every time I fall, I wanna hold you closer and look into your eyes. Remind me of the kiss we shared that summer night.
Take it for a ride on a big jet plane. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Be my lover, a lady river. Can I take you higher? Gonna take it for a ride on a big jet plane. Gonna take it for a ride on a big jet plane. Yeah, yeah. Gonna take it for a ride on a big jet plane. Gonna take it for a ride on a big jet plane. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. I've got to get away from the pain you drive into the heart of me. The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my life for a toss and turn. I can't sleep at night. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy couldn't give you. Take my tears, and that's not nearly yours. Tainted love, tainted love, tainted love, tainted
sorry, I don't pray that way. Once I ran to you, now I run from you. This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my tears, and that's not nearly all. Tainted love.
Did you know I've been out of it, trying to find my way back to your love? Fade away, we ain't blacking out. Hold on to the light, baby, because keep me up all night, keep me up all night, and I wanna be with you. Keep me up all night, keep me up all night. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. Keep me up, say keep me up, yeah, you keep me up. Keep me up, say keep me up, yeah, you keep me up. Keep me spinning round and round in love. Keep me spinning round and round in love. Did you know I've been out of it, trying to find my way back to your love? Fade away, we ain't blacking out. Hold on to the light, baby, because keep me up all night, keep me up all night, and I wanna be with you. Keep me up all night, keep me up all night. I'm just trying to tell the truth. Keep me up, say keep me up, yeah, you keep me up. Keep me spinning round and round in love. Give me more, 'cause we both been drunk. Keep me spinning round and round in love. I never thought I'd make it. I never thought I'd make it through the night. Oh no, no matter how hard I try, girl, I'm dying 'cause you don't know I'm alive. Girl, I'm dying 'cause you don't know I'm alive. Girl, I'm dying 'cause you don't know I'm alive. Now I know that love hurts. I realize I didn't stand a chance. Oh, when I saw you dancing with that guy. Girl, I'm dying 'cause you don't know I'm alive. Girl, I'm dying 'cause you don't know I'm alive. Girl, I'm dying 'cause
she talks like she can handle it. And when she asks for something, boy, she means it. Even if you never ever see it. Everybody get your necks to crack around. All you crazy people come jump around. Do anything to keep her by your side. Because she said she love you, love you, love you long time. Ready to make you work hard, make you spend hard, make you want all love, love. She's a ready to make you buy cars, make you cut cards, make you fall real hard in love. She's a ready to make you work hard, make you spend hard, make you want all love, love. She's a ready to make you buy cars, make you cut cards. Wish you never ever met her.
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line, up to the platform of surrender. I was broad, but I was kind. And sometimes I get nervous when I see an open door. Close your eyes, clear your heart. Cut the cord. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Or are we dancer? Pay my respects to grace and virtue. Send my condolences to good. Give my regards to soul and romance. They always did the best they could. So long to devotion. You told me everything I know. Wave goodbye, wish me well. You've gotta let me go. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign is vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees. Are we human? Or are we dancer?
I don't wanna be the one you call every day and night. Are you gonna be the one who's always gonna treat it right?
Cool. We'll get started, folks. There's a bunch of people online also, and there's you guys. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday morning to code, right, and build something exciting. We have the team from Smallest here as well to guide you through the journey. They'll also talk about how you can use Smallest to build voice agents, right, and we also have certain use cases that you guys can borrow from. You can feel free to be imaginative. So we'll get started. Next slide, please. Awesome. So this is the agenda for the day. We're, of course, a bit late as usual in Indian Standard Time. In the next half an hour to 45 minutes, we'll give you guys the problem statements, all the rules and regulations, right, and your submission formats. Next, we'll have the ideation session where you guys can sort of think about what you're building, right, form your teams, right, even online. Whoever doesn't have a team, please speak to people, reach out and form your team. Ultimately, if you are a sort of solo warrior, you're okay to work alone, but we encourage people to form teams at least of 2 people, right, and maximum 4. Around 1:30, we'll have lunch, and my screen is disappearing. Around 1:30, we'll break for lunch, and after that, you guys can continue building. All right, thank you for that. Amazing, okay. Great, we can move to the next slide, yeah. So second day agenda tomorrow, submission deadline is 12 noon, right? 24-hour hackathon, so I'll talk about what you guys need to submit for your official entry. Between 12 to 7, all the folks here will judge, we'll sort of score your entries, and by 7:30, we'll announce it online, and we'll sort of announce it on the WhatsApp group we have as well. Next slide, please. What's happening? Okay, anyhow. So from the Smallest team and my co-founder, we have your mentors here. We have Prithvi, who leads growth at Smallest. We have Manav, who's a senior engineer at Smallest as well. He'll talk about how to use the platform. Prithvi will give you a sense of how voice agents are changing the way industries work, right? And he'll also talk about what Smallest has been doing in the sort of space. Sirsho here has worked with me on multiple voice AI projects for some of our clients like Pedigree, Mars, Marico. So he'll talk about his approach on building agents using APIs, right, like Smallest. Next, please. I'll now invite Prithvi to come and talk about Smallest and, yeah, go ahead.
Hey guys, morning. Essentially what Smallest is that we make enterprise-ready conversational agents, while the use cases vary across different industries. So there's banking, there's most of your BFSI industries, we do something for healthcare, hospitality, recruitment, and all these things. So when you get access to our platform, you'll get an idea of some of the demos that we already have made for different clients and everything. But the idea is simply this: whatever can be automated with voice or through calls, Smallest has had the ability to kind of do it. You can just go to the next slide. We'll show you a little bit of what the users we're looking to build. So the idea is very simple. We have a varied use cases across different industries, like for example, real estate, recruitment, insurance, SaaS, and then also in terms of tech support. And there are different B2C use cases as well. We want you guys to be creative in terms of what use cases you guys built and what you see as the abilities of these voices you can do. Like how we talk about in terms of Smallest, we have the sky is the limit in terms of the use case that we can do with agents here. And so these can serve as an initial flow in terms of what you guys can jump off ideas. And like Anshul mentioned, go free, go crazy. What we're looking at in terms of great agents specifically is that we're looking at agents which can solve real life problems or something that can solve for a company. And that's what we're looking to kind of do as the criteria for the winner as well. So I'll just get Manav on stage. We'll be giving you a demo of the platform and how it works and what you guys need to register. I think they've already registered on the platform. Right? Okay, sure. Okay. Okay. Cool. You can just go to the next slide and then. So I think this is the first thing that you guys can get started off with before Manav demos the platform. You can go to smallest.ai and you can just basically sign up on the platform right away. I think some of you who have come here for the last 45 minutes or something already signed up, but if you haven't already, just sign up and then select the voice agent option. And once basically in the next 1 hour when you create your teams and stuff like that, then you'll be given access to the platform to start building the agents. So I think Manav can start with.
Just a moment, folks. Just getting the screen up on. Yeah, just 2 minutes.
Mirror connect again. So hey everyone, hello. Yep. Hi, I'm Manav. I work at Smallest, and I will be giving you a demo about how the platform works, how you can create AI agents, and I'll also show you some cool things around on the platform. And then we will finally end it with creating an voice agent, testing it out, and then you guys can start building it. I'll also walk you through the documentation, what APIs are available, what APIs can be used to integrate the voice AI into whatever workflows you are building. So let's just get started with it. So when you log in, I think you must have created account by now. And when you log in, you will see something like this. This is our Atoms platform. We have two platforms, Atoms and Waves. So Waves is our text-to-speech platform, and Atoms is our AI agents platform. So today I'll be walking you through Atoms. So when you first come to the platform, you will be able to see all the agents that you can create. You can create an agent, and I'll walk you through how to create agents, how to create workflows, how to prompt them, all of that, and we'll go through that. Then you can rent phone numbers. As of now, the phone number renting will be disabled for you because you will have to add a card, and we will be giving you a free account. So, but you can test outbound calls using our default phone number that the platform provides. Then the third thing on the platform you will see, you will be able to create audiences. I'll walk you through what audiences are and how audiences can be used to trigger batch calls. Then there are campaigns. Campaigns are something when you want to run a voice campaign for, say, suppose 100 numbers. You want to call your customers and you want to tell them about your products or take feedback from them, then campaigns are going to be used for that. There is also knowledge base. Knowledge base is basically you can provide documentation, you can provide things that your voice agent should know, so that when the voice agent is talking, it will have the context of what your documents you have provided. Say suppose you are a restaurant owner and you want to have a reservation booking agent. Now this agent should already know what is on your menu, because users can come and they can ask, okay, what's the best thing that you're serving today, right? So your bot should already know that, and knowledge base helps you do that. I'll walk you through that as well. Then there's webhooks. We provide webhooks on 3 different events, that is start call, end call, as well as post call analytics. So what happens is when you integrate webhooks into your systems, whenever a call starts or whenever the call ends, your systems are notified by our systems that, okay, hey, this call is started, this call is ending, or the post call analysis is ready for this call. Then there are integrations. Currently, integrations might not be directly useful for you. There are more integrations coming in, but we have Salesforce. So in today's demo, I don't see how Salesforce is going to be useful. Then there are analytics as well. Again, analytics might not be so useful today because we are running test calls. So let's see. So we will start right away with creating an agent. Let's just go with that. So when you come, you can create agents using multiple ways. You can create it from scratch. You can create using a template, or you can also start with AI. So let's just start with using a template first. I'll walk you through what an agent looks like, what the workflow of agent looks like. And once we are aware of that, we can start building it from scratch. Okay. So I'll go and click on use templates. So here we have multiple templates. There are more templates coming in. So say suppose I want to build a hotel booking agent. So I'll just create using that. Now the agent is created on my account. Now it is just getting initialized. So I can go to edit workflow. Now edit workflow is where the magic happens. I'll also walk you through the configure page, what things you can configure for the agent, how agent can speak, what things it can use. I'll walk you through that. But let's just start with the workflow first. So our workflow allows agents to run in a certain parallel direction. Now all of us know that underlying the LLM models are used for the agents to work. The brain of the agent is an LLM model. But an LLM model to work in a seamless fashion, we try to guardrail it using the workflow. We try to make it operate using the workflow so that it follows a certain direction of the call. Now, we don't want the direction to haywire into anywhere. Like for example, if it's a reservation booking agent, it should not start talking about current affairs, right? Obviously. So we try to guardrail that using the workflow and the configuration settings. So first, let's walk through the workflow. So I'll walk you through this agent first, and then I'll walk you through what the nodes are available and what we can do with it. So when you see, this is the start node. Now start node means this is the first node that agent gets whenever the call starts. Now here every node has different options that you can see. On the first node you can see multiple options, for example node name, action, you can see use knowledge base or not. Then you can see static text, you can see loop condition, and then you can see extract variables. Now let's just walk through all of this one by one. Each of this information or each of this variable that is there is provided to LLM so that it can operate on the basis of this. So you have to be really smart while prompting, you have to be really smart while naming the nodes, you have to be really smart while giving any instruction to LLM, and test your prompts recurringly so that you can fine tune the agent to work for your use case. So let's say the name of this node is greetings and purpose, right? So first thing when the call comes or when agent calls, it has to greet to the user that, hey, I'm calling from so-and-so place and I'm calling for this reason. So if you can see here, here the instructions are given. You are a warm and friendly hotel booking assistant, and then the hotel name is given, so and all the information is given, and it is particularly told to the agent that on this node you have to do this thing. So what happens is every time the call starts, we go node by node, and depending on what the conversation is happening, the decisions are taken by LLM. Now the first node is that warmly greet caller as Sarah. So we are giving agent an identity that her name is Sarah, and she's calling from Maple Grand Hotel. And then you can, you are also specifying you can help with new booking, or the agent will ask, are you an existing customer or you want to make a new booking? Now, that is action. So every action is a prompt on the particular node that agent will get. So it knows what it has to do on that node. That is the prompt. Node name, agent also gets to know the node name so that it knows, okay, I'm on this step of the graph. The next thing is use knowledge base, but we'll come to that later. Static text. So when you select static text as true, what happens is instead of following it as a prompt, it takes it as a simple plain input and just outputs it through speech. For example, if rather than giving a prompt input that you are so and so, you can do this, you can do that, I might just say that, hey, I'm Sarah, I'm calling from Apple Grand Hotel. That might be my text. I don't want LLM to do anything on that. I just want LLM to simply use it and say it as it is. So I'll use static text for that. If there is a loop condition. Now what are loop conditions? Loop conditions are basically, say suppose I don't want to move forward from this node until and unless the user tells me their name. So if that is my condition, then I'll specifically tell the LLM, do not move forward until and unless the user has given their name. So once that condition is there, it will keep looping in that same node so that it doesn't go forward. And why this feature is present in the platform? Because say suppose you want to extract the user's name and then use it in API call to store it somewhere. So if that is the case and user has never said their name, then your API call might not work, right? The entire next flow will not work. So that is why we have loop condition. Then we have extract to variables. You can turn on extract to variables and you can add a variable. Whenever you add a variable, you can give a name to the variable. For example, I'm giving this as user underscore name, and I'll give it a string, I think, okay, yeah. And then I'll give extraction prompt. Now what I'm telling agent is, my extraction prompt will look something like this. Extract user's name in this variable. So what I'm saying LLM is that use your extraction capabilities, whatever the name of the user was in the conversation, extract that out in this variable and store this in the workflow. So now what happens is this variable is now available for me under variables tab. I can see the username has appeared here. It was not previously there. If I go back again to this node and try to edit it and I just turn it off, right? Then I don't have any variables available here. So whatever variables you create in each node are available for the nodes further down the workflow, so that we can use it in API calls, we can use it for further conversation. For example, if I say my name is Manav on the first node itself, and I want agent to use my name in some next conversation or the next flow of the conversation. For example, I want to say, hey Manav, is it okay if I give you a booking of next Sunday? And I want agent to specifically use my name, right? So agent will use the extracted variable username, and it will take the name whatever is present in the variable and then use that in the conversation to talk to the user. So that is how variables work. Now let's just go forward. I'll again add username. Now my username is there. I've added the extraction prompt. I'll extract user name here. Okay. Now I've given the prompt. Whenever you see that if something is missing in the prompt or in the node, I'll get validation errors. For example, if I just delete this, now I'll start getting a validation error. If I simply click on validation error, it will tell me what is exactly wrong with my workflow that I need to fix for agent to work properly. So I can just simply go to the node, it will take me to the node, and then I can fix the issue. It will also highlight the issue. Variable extraction is enabled, but no extraction prompt is provided. So it helps you to guide you through that. I can simply paste the prompt again, and now my node is back again, right? So this is how node works. This is how the default node works. You have default node, you can always drag a default node and start it here. Okay, default node are just conversational nodes which do not do anything specifically, but they can extract variables, they can ask users about questions, they can provide information. All of that is done by the default node. I'll delete the default node for now. So this is the start node. Now how do we move forward in the conversation, right? Now here are, if you check the prompt, here are two things that we are asking. The first thing is, are you an existing customer or are you a new customer who wants to do the booking? Now to do that, we are asking a question in the prompt itself that greet the user, but also ask if they want to do a new reservation or are they an existing customer who might want to reschedule or something. Now depending on what the prompt is, we will decide what the pathways should be. So every time you create a node, you can add a pathway. Now I'll just give an example how the pathway can be added. So I'll delete this for now. Okay. Now whenever I'm creating a pathway, I can just simply drag it from my any node to the other node that is going to there. Now if you see, I again got a validation error. If I check, then it says that no connection is found. Okay, so all nodes should be connected. There should be no orphan nodes in the workflow. So I'll simply connect it again. And now if you notice, my branch is also an prompt. So what I do is, I can prompt my branch that only go in this route if this is the case. Now the case is also, I can define the case simply in normal language that customer wants to change or reschedule the existing booking. Because we asked it in the previous node that what customer wants to do, we are giving that only move to this part of the workflow if user wants to reschedule or change something with their booking. Now customer wants to book a room. Now this is the case which will be achieved when customer is a new customer and they want to book a new room or do a new reservation. So agent will decide how the which pathway of the graph should be chosen depending on the prompts that we provide. Okay. Now coming to the next node, we can walk through this. This is reschedule, then it will ask the information. Okay, you have to reschedule, give me the information, all of that. Then there are again, if it will check if the user is telling that user might say that I want to reschedule from 25th of August to 29th of August, for example, right? Now you need date as an input. Again, how do you use date? You can simply go back to our previous conversation where we extracted it in variables, extract it to variables, use it in the API call, and then again reschedule your bookings. Okay. Now then, okay. So now if you go down the workflow, every endpoint of the workflow should end on an end call node. If I simply delete this node, I think it's, yeah, then it will give me validation error because the call has to end at some point, right? So I'll have to always end the call on some node, and I can give the prompt in the node as well that just send a confirmation that confirm you have booked so and so thing, and tell the user about the information, and then simply just cut the call. So whenever the workflow comes to end the call, the agent will end the call simply. Now if I can, I'll go here. Now say suppose in the workflow, at some point we want the agent to stop speaking and transfer it or hand over the call to a human agent or a human customer support person. So what I can do, I can simply add a transfer call node, and say I can give a condition that transfer call to the human agent only in so and so condition. So what I'll do again, I'll give the branch prompt that if the user is asking explicitly that I want to connect to a human agent, give the prompt. And in my transfer node, I can give the number so that agent knows where the call has to be transferred. So say suppose I can give someone from my team, or if I'm running a business, I can give my customer support team's number here, which will route to them. And I can specify country codes and all of that, okay? The most important thing here is pre-call API, post-call API, and API call nodes. What happens is that before the call starts, I might want to gather some information, and after gathering that information, I might want to use it in the call. For example, if I'm making an outbound call, and I want to, say suppose we are creating a sales agent. Now the sales agent needs to know who's the customer, what is the deal size, what company they work for, what product are we going to sell them, all of this information. Now where is this information stored? This might be in your CRM, this might be in your Google Sheets, this might be in some other application that agent needs to access and use that particular information further down the workflow to talk, to give information, or to use for the APIs. So what I'll do is, I can add a pre-call API node, and pre-call API node, it runs even before the call has started, even before the agent has started speaking. So agent already has that information. Whatever pre-call node you add, the agent will have the information. You can simply attach it here. And pre-call node, you can tell the action what particular action this is. Now this might be a get endpoint where you try to hit some particular API endpoint and you try to get information from a particular API that, okay, I want so and so information. Now, APIs might return response in any format, right? The JSON output might be anything. APIs might give you some keys which are not known to agent. So we need to define what keys are and how this information can be used. So what I'll do is I'll simply get a body. I'll write here what keys it can. So this is a get call, right? So I'll do extract response data. And I'll add a response data variable name. For example, I'll tell exactly what it is, what the data point is. For example, I have one of my keys might be username, right? So I'll tell username and then extract it to something, variable name, right? I'll give the variable name, I'll give what exact data point it has to extract from the JSON output. Now LLM will know, okay, this is the variable name, this is the key in the JSON body that I'm receiving. I have to extract this information in this variable name and use it further down the loop. So say suppose I give your username, okay, and I give some prompt that extracted here. Now it will give me validation error, but you can see username comes here, right? You can, whenever you add a username here, it will appear there. You can give, you can also test APIs when you're testing APIs. You can trigger the APIs right away from here and see if the data is coming correct, what is the JSON body returned, and all of that. You might also want to notify some systems that the call is started. So that you can do using simply just rather than get, do a post call, add your API route here. You can also provide headers. You might have some authentication layer, obviously on some backends that you're talking to, right? You might have to provide keys. So you can simply add headers, add a key, and add a value. Then if there's authorization, add authorization key and token, whatever token you have. And then if you want to send some body to the call, to the backend that you're calling, then you can simply specify the body that you have to specify. This is just a simple JSON structure that you can specify and then send it across. So this is how pre-call API works. I'll delete it for now. Okay. Now when we come to API call nodes, pre-call, post-call, and then first we'll talk about API call nodes. Now API call nodes are exactly similar to pre-call API nodes. All the properties are same. The only thing that matters is API call nodes can run when the workflow is, when the conversation is happening. It does not run before or after, but it runs while the conversation is happening. For example, while the conversation is happening, user might say, no, I don't want to book a new booking. I just want information on whatever my booking is. Now, agent might not have that information, right? So what you will do, in the call, agent will make an API call to whatever API you specify. It might get that information. Once it gets the information, it will again start the conversation that, okay, hey, I can see your booking here, and the booking is under so-and-so name, booking is on this date, whatever. All the information that can come through API can also be used by agent. The node, again, is exactly same as your pre-call API node. It's just that it is used in the conversation. Now coming to the end call node, again, it is same. The API node is same, but the property of this node is that it runs only after the call is done. For example, in the conversation, you might collect several information about the user. User might say this, user might say whatever, right? Say, let's take an example of sales qualification lead, right? Now, throughout the workflow, agent might collect information on the user. Say, suppose I'm an agent, I call some person and say, hey, are you looking to buy this product? Now, user say yes or no. Now, depending on that, that's my one input. That user is interested, or then I might ask, how willing are you to buy this product? Now, user say, I'm looking forward to it. I was just about to purchase it. So, agent can classify it as high intent. Now, if high intent is an output, then I can specify that in my API call. Okay? So, all the information collected throughout the workflow, I can send it just in the end call node. This way, what I can do is I can do two things. I can store all the information, whatever is extracted in the workflow, right away after the call. Whatever backend I might have, I might just be able to plug it in. And along with that, if I have to do some operations, for example, mark that this call is done, or mark that, okay, this call is done and so information is saved. Again, I can use post-call API node for that. So this is about API nodes. There are integrations as well. There are Google Calendar is coming up. Then there are HubSpot is coming up. Google Sheets is coming up. So all of these integrations will be live in few weeks. But Salesforce is currently live, but I don't see how Salesforce can be used today here. So any doubts still here, or this is completely fine? Any questions? If no, then we can proceed forward. Yeah, sure. Yes. Yes. So your question is that we have to qualify, should this agent be called or not?
Yeah.
Should this user be called or not?
Yeah.
Before the call itself.
Before, let's say, that's how you like, how you can ensure that this person has been pinned and I have to call that person only, right? That you have to ensure it, that the status is false, then only we'll call that person.
So let's say you have a CRM, right? And you are marking, say suppose you're working in a company and there's a sales team working in the company. Now, whenever sales team makes an entry to a CRM that I have talked with this person is marked as high intent.
Yes.
Right? And now agent should call this person whenever I make an entry, right? That might be your use case.
Yes.
Okay. So you can simply, I'll walk you through the APIs, how you can trigger the calls without even coming to the dashboard. I'll show you that.
Okay. Fine.
So we'll come to that as well.
Okay.
That will cover. Any other questions from that? Apart from that? No, right? We can continue. Okay. So let's go forward. I'll show you how we can configure certain things in the workflow. So, like this is an voice AI agent, right? Voice is a critical part of AI, how the AI agent feels natural, how it feels human. So we have multiple AI, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. So what you can do is you can select a specific voice for your AI agent, and I'll also show you a bonus thing at the end of my demo that what you can do. I can go through all the voices. I can see what voices are there, what voices are present, and I can play those voices as well. If I say, now this is a German voice. So I can select a Canadian voice as well.
This isn't a destination.
Okay. Now there are Indian voices as well. Just search.
The sun sets beyond the hills, painting golden hues.
So you see there are different accents to all of these voices, and you can use, depending on the demographics of the audience that you're supposed to call, depending on that you can choose the voice, you can choose the accent. Now all of these voices are coming from our Waves platform. We own a TTS platform which we train our in-house models to create a text-to-speech models as well. So I'll walk you quickly through that after this demo is done, but let's just walk through what options we have. So we might want the agent to speak a little fast or slow, so you can adjust the speed. You can adjust the consistency in terms of how consistently it speaks similar stuff across the call. That is consistency parameter. Voice similarity, I'll show you one more thing, then we'll see voice similarity, how it works. You can give voice enhancement. The modulation of the voice might change, or you can set it to high, medium, or low. So basically you'll have to experiment around these parameters and see what voice works the best for your use case. Then we also have voicemail detection. One of the major problem when you're talking to US customers or when you're talking to audience in the US is that everybody has voicemail enabled on their platform, on their phones. And in India, we might not have that, so that is a problem. But in US, that is a big problem. So all of your agent calls might just land up on a voicemail, and agent might feel, oh, it's talking to a real person. But it's not a real person, it's an automated message. So what we have is, this is a beta feature that we have launched recently, voicemail detection. What it does is it detects if the audio is coming from a voicemail, and if it is coming from a voicemail, it flags it down. That this call went to voicemail, so that you know, okay, this might be a voicemail, I might have to retry this particular person and try calling them again. Then there is voice detection. So one of the problem is that, again, at the end of the day, this is an AI agent, right? It cannot talk like you and me. It cannot understand the interference between the audio. It cannot understand interruptions between the audio. For example, we as humans naturally understand how the interruptions work, right? If I'm speaking something and if you start speaking something, I might take a pause and listen to you. But AI agent needs to understand that contextually, that okay, now the user has started speaking, and as user is speaking, I should listen to the user first. So you can play around these parameters to see how the interruption is working. For example, confidence, minimum volume, then there's trigger time in seconds and release time in seconds. All of these parameters, you can read it in the documentation as well, how I'll walk you through the documentation. But basically, these parameters allows you to see how confident the underlying models are to detect if the user is speaking. Or say suppose you want to do volume-based detection. If there's a loud volume on the user's end, you might want agent to stop, right? So stop speaking and listen for a while. So you can give minimum volume, you can give trigger time in seconds. Trigger time in seconds is basically if user starts speaking, So user might say, okay, tell me more. So all of these are not interruptible sentences, right? These sentences are just like the user is acknowledging what you're saying. This might not stop the agent itself. So you can give trigger time in seconds and release time in seconds. Trigger time is basically how long should the duration of user's voice should be so that agent stops speaking. So you have to play around these parameters to exactly fine tune how your particular audience works. Because I'll give you an example. Some of our call runs in India, some of our call runs in US and other countries. So in US, people are very okay to talking one-to-one, right? They will listen, they'll give you feedback. That has been our general observation. Not the ideal case, but general observation that people usually listen what the person has to say. But when you're talking in India, the first thing that starts with is a network problem. They keep saying hello, hello, hello 400 times. And that was interrupting the agent. That is why we introduced all of these parameters so that you can fine tune according to your audience. Then we also have denoising. There might be noise coming from the user's end. Agent will might not have a noise problem because all of these agents are running on cloud, no noise. But users might have noise which might disrupt how agent is understanding what user is trying to say. For example, if I'm saying, hi, my name is Manav, but there is a background noise on my end, then user might not understand my name correctly. So you can add denoising parameter to true. Then smart turn detection. Smart turn detection is basically an underlying model figuring out if the interruption has to be done or not. So there's a model trained which just focuses on interruptions, if the agent has to interrupt the user or not. So this is smart turn parameter. This is not hard-coded parameters like here you will specify, right? Smart turn works on an underlying model which you can provide one parameter to it, which is wait time in seconds, and it will tell you, okay, if this much duration is passed and smart turn detection is true, then we'll interrupt. Now, then there's knowledge base as well. I'll come to knowledge base. So all of these parameters are for configure. So a couple of things here. We'll have to discuss how to use real good voices, and we have to discuss knowledge base. So I'll be coming back to it. Then call actions allows you to integrate your CRMs, integrate your Google Sheets, Google Calendars. Currently, we have Salesforce integration live. Other integrations are coming this week and next week. So what it allows is, whenever you have a entry in Salesforce CRM, it will trigger an action. Say suppose after 15 minutes you want to call the user once the entry is done in Salesforce CRM. And we have a HubSpot CRM coming as well. So call actions are for that. You can trigger workflow, trigger the call from somewhere from the outside, say a CRM, Google Sheet or whatever. Then I can go for post-call analysis. Now post-call analysis is basically I can give custom metrics to understand how the call went. Now I can say, for example, here's one question that I can add, right? And I can provide whatever the parameters for those questions are. And then we will run a post-call analysis on this. For example, one of the question I can ask is, did the agent satisfy all the questions asked by the user? And the score of this might not be pass or fail, but it might be from scale from 1 to 5. So whenever I specify this question and the call runs, after the call is done, we run a post-call analysis on the call and see if the conversation went. We analyze the transcript, we analyze everything, and then we answer this question depending on what scale and parameters you have given. So say suppose you have specified 5 questions, you can add more questions here. Okay, you can specify, like we will give you the analysis of this question in the number scale, in the numeric scale. For example, this might be yes or no question. For example, was the customer refunded or not? That might be one question, right? If it is a refund customer agent, that might be one of the question. And you might have simple yes or no answer. So once the call is done, we run post-call analysis on calls, and all of these questions will be answered there. Then coming to the most important part is call logs. Under call logs, you will be able to see all the calls that are running, that you have ran currently. Well, I think there might be no calls here. I'll go to some agent which has calls. Let me just check. Okay. So in the call, we will show you how did the call go, what was the call transcript. Now everything will come here, including events. Now each call goes through certain events. An event might be call has started, agent started speaking, user started speaking. All of these events are visible here. For example, if I go through this call and I go through events, I can see what all events happened throughout the call. There might be an API call, there might be user was listening, the turn detection. All of those events are specified here. This is specifically helpful to understand how the workflow is working. You can test out around it, and then you can also try to improvise your workflow depending on the inputs that you have. Then you have a transcript of the call, of how the call happened and what the user spoke, what the agent spoke, all of that will be here. You will also have the call recording. Now call recording allows you to listen to the call. Now we also have features coming in near future, which are, we are running analysis on the call recording as well, that throughout the call recording, user was speaking for this much time, agent was speaking for this much time, the sentiment of user was this, sentiment of agent was this throughout the call duration. All of these features are coming in. And then you also have metrics. So metrics will, if you have stated post-call analytics questions here, then you will see metrics. Under metrics, you will see all of the post-call analysis logic here. But for that, you will have to specify all the post-call analytics questions. And you can play around that. Now coming to knowledge base, you can simply add a document. I have added a document here. It's very straightforward process. Simply go upload a file from your system. It might be a PDF, and we will store that file and we will provide that file to the agent once the call is going. Now, whatever knowledge base I have specified here, I can come to the agent and I can, under the knowledge base, I can give access to the knowledge base. Now, the agent will have the access to this knowledge base, and inside my workflow, I can select that I want knowledge base. So by default, knowledge base is on all of the nodes. But say suppose you have some particular node where you don't want knowledge base to work, you can simply turn it off. Okay, so that's straightforward, simple. You can experiment and play around with it. Now coming to voice, the last thing that I want to show is, so here are voices, right? Now you can simply go to waves. You can go to waves.smallest.ai. Now, once you log in on Atoms, you will also have access to Waves. What you can do on Waves, you can create your own voice clone. So I'll just create a new voice clone, instant voice clone. I'll upload an audio. Okay, I think I don't have audio. We changed the laptop. But what I'm telling you is you can upload your own audio, create a voice clone, and then use that voice clone in your AI agent's voice. So for example, but just make sure that the audio is crisp and clear and before you are uploading it. So for example, I recorded Vidya Balan and I just wanted to see how her voice looks. So we'll try to make a call. Let's just create an agent now and start creating a call and give Vidya Balan's voice to the call. Okay. Now I'll say, don't try to misuse the voice clone, use your own voice. I'm just showing it for the demo purposes. So I can edit the workflow, I can give information. For now, I'll just say, greet the user. Wait, I'll delete all of this. Okay, so you can say greet the user, and I'm just saying greet the user and ask how they are. Okay. Now this is my instruction to the agent that this is what the agent has to do on this call. Now I'll go back. I will here configure my voice. Now when I come back to voices, I can change voice, and I have a Vidya Balan's voice. So I'll use this voice, and let's see if this works. Now I'll test agent. Now you can call any agent. I'll call my number. So I received a call, and let's see how she talks. I'm not sure. This audio was.
How are you doing today?
So you need to improvise and play around with the audio. This I picked up from Munna Bhai's movie recording, so might not be very crisp and clear. But you can provide your audio. Hey, I'm doing good today. How are you doing?
Glad to hear you're doing well. If you have any questions or need help with something, just let me know. Have a great.
Now you see the voice is a little bit slow for me. So what I can do is I can simply go configure, and I can increase the speed of the voice. So I want her to talk a little fast. Or let's now change voices and play around with some other voices. We can use. We have tons of voices options, so you can play around with it. And let's say I want Ananya to talk. and let's see how that goes now. Starting a call again.
How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. What can I help you with today?
So you get the point, right? You have to play around with the voices, you have to play around with the configurations, speed, so that it feels natural as a flow. Now you can play around with this. Now to address his question, I'll go and show you the documentation. Now here are the docs, and you can use all of these APIs to trigger calls to the agent from an external source. For example, you might be running your application on some Node.js backend, for example, right? And you might want to trigger calls to a voice agent. You might have a certain workflow. For example, let's say you are creating a Slack bot, and that Slack bot, whenever you type message on Slack, it should trigger a call to someone. If that is a workflow, then your main backend will, whatever backend you are writing, that should make call to atoms. Now you can use all of these APIs to create, use the entire platform through the APIs, but one of the most important API is start an outbound call. Now to start an outbound call, you can simply come here. You will need a token, agent ID, and a phone number. Now agent ID you will need to know once you have created an agent. I can simply copy this agent ID, go here, paste my agent ID, give the phone number, and now we need the token. To get the token, simply go to console.smallest.ai. Just a minute. Or you can simply click from, okay. You can go to manage plan, go to API keys, copy the API key, and simply start using the API key. So from here as well, again you can go to console. Here you will be able to see your subscription, you will be able to see your API keys. Simply copy the API key, put it in the docs, and try it out. So the docs are enough descriptive of what happens. One last thing I want to show you is webhooks, how the webhook data is sent to the user. So whenever we start the call, we send data like this. Whenever the post call event happens, as in the call has ended, there are certain things, for example, events and transcripts. So we send all of that. We send the transcript to the whatever backend you have. So you can say, suppose you want to store all the conversation in the call in your backend, whatever. So you can simply use this transcript object and extract the conversation and store it in your backend. Yes, and if you have enabled post call on the agent and given the configuration for the post call, you will also receive post call analysis in terms of what questions you gave, what was the analysis on it. Say suppose the confidence score might be 80 or 90 or whatever, and the value might be something, or value might be true or false. So all of these questions and answers you will get in the API as well. Webhook. You can read the API reference. There's a developer. We also have Node.js SDK. You can right away install that. You can also use the APIs directly, whatever suits you. And if you go through the documentation, we also have documentation on how to specifically use the platform, create nodes, what each node does. Everything is there. You can also go through use cases. I think that will give you a brief overview of everything that happens. And if you have questions still after this, you can always reach out to me. I think that is good. If you have any questions, please let me know and I can answer. Oh yeah, online folks also, if no questions, cool.
Thanks, Manav. Sirsho, you can now come on. We'll just put the slide back up. Thank you, Manav.
Cool guys, so I hope you have logged in already. If not, you can just scan this 1 second. You can just scan this and you will have access to the API keys and all. Thanks for the demo, Manav. And in case you have any questions or anything, you can just reach out to the team. The smallest team is here with us, right? Cool, so quick introduction about myself. I am the CTO of LBTF and Snipe, my last startup. So Snipe is basically a gamification and an AI studio. We help multiple startups and enterprises to launch voice and video agents. I've worked almost for the past 2 years, I've been working on the full stack voice agents and video agents as well. Tried multiple platforms, TTS, STS, speech to text, all of that. Hosted multiple open source platforms by myself as well. So few things about how to deal with this hackathon. So in general, this is how you go about it. First is demo is very critical, right? If you're building already and if you have a demo while you're presenting it, that always helps, right? Next is if you are, let's say, so there's always a way to hack a hackathon, right? You need to understand what we as judges are looking forward to from you guys, right? And you can understand that and you can always hack what and to increase your probability to win. Next is, so of course while going through the platform, if you have any doubts, you can reach out to the team, reach out to us in case you have any questions about product, or if you can give us a good business viability. I think the team has already mentioned about a few use cases. It's not limited, but you can take suggestions from that. If you already have a problem statement, well and good. But if you can give us some real industry use case, right? That always helps. Not just building a generalized voice agent or something like that. Next is, finally, so you have to fake it till you make it, and that's the real secret sauce for any hackathon, not just this, any general hackathon, right? So you have to show what we are looking forward from you guys, and yeah, that's it. Cool, so we will just quickly, okay, so these are the judging criteria. Relevance of the problem, as I mentioned, if you have a good business use case, industry use case, definitely a point for that. Smallest AI integration, of course, this is a smallest AI hackathon, so you better do the integration with them. Presentation and clarity, right? If you are, while submitting, you will give you the, circulate the submission form by sometime after this session. You have to, either you can create a video or you can, a demo video sort of a thing, or you can just upload your presentation. Better is create with a face demo sort of a thing where you are explaining your product, go through the deck, and if a small demo of whatever you have created, right? Creativity and innovation, of course. Scalability, as I mentioned, if it has a business viability, then can it be scaled, and what is the impact? And if you have a, this is the last point, but this is, I think, one of the most important points, right? If you have a working prototype. Okay, so these are the submission requirements. Product presentation, it can be a web page which you can walk us through. It can be a deck or an app or whatever. The 2-minute video, 2 to 3 minute video elevator pitch that you have to FaceTime yourself and record it, and so that we can understand, because we are not going to go through the entire product by ourselves. So this pitch is very important. Finally, GitHub repo. Of course, if you are doing repo, or in case you are directly using the smallest AI dashboard. So team, do we have an option to share the agent or publicly publish the agent? No? Okay. Okay. So we can have a link, or we can just paste it? Okay. Okay. So in case you are not preparing a GitHub repo, then that's the way forward, right? And if you are preparing a GitHub repo, do include a good README file so that we will go through that and understand what you have done. Okay, so finally the rules. I guess anybody without a team yet? No? Okay, so maybe you both can partner, right? So we have 2 to 4 members team. You can also check out online because we have few folks from online, so if you can partner with them as well, right? Originality, of course, like this is already we have mentioned, right? Most of the work has to be done during the course of the hackathon. Pre-built projects will not work, so we'll check the GitHub repo accordingly. Fair play, no plagiarism. Don't just copy paste from any open source GitHub repo, just clone it and upload it again. Don't do that, please. And mentors are available. I myself am available. The smallest team is also available till 9 p.m. today and tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning we will be getting the final submission deadline. Okay, it's not mentioned, but the final submission deadline will be tomorrow 12 p.m. Okay, so you have to submit before that, the entire thing. So we will be here at this venue till 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. max. Then we'll disperse and we'll continue the entire hackathon, the rest of the hackathon online. Okay. So tomorrow, make sure. So we'll circulate one form to submit your teams, right? So fill that, and finally tomorrow at 12 p.m. we are looking for the final submissions. Cool. Any questions? No? Let me check online if there's any question. Cool. So I think let's begin the hack. Okay, folks online, you guys also can start. Please connect through the WhatsApp group if you have any, you need a team member or anything. And please, you guys also please, reach out or introduce yourself on the WhatsApp group so that you can pair up. Cool. So let's start the hack. Anshul? All right. All the best, guys. And in case if you still haven't joined the WhatsApp group, this is the link. You can just go ahead.